Your mind can be your best friend, or it can be the worst enemy. It can torment you, and it can make you suffer in a lot of ways that are not necessary, that are not going to leave you feeling confident. And as like a man, you need that confidence as you go out into the world, as you live your days, and you got to feel like you're capable. You can't be weighed down by anxieties. You can't let stuff penetrate this force field that you have, your frame. But if you don't have a strong inner voice, it will. The little things will bother you. The rejections will hurt more. Okay, the failures will hurt more. The insecurities, the anxieties, they'll all hurt way more than they need to. And there will be no force field there. There will be no inner sense of direction that stands up and says, it's okay. I don't care about what they said about me. I don't care what she thinks about me. I'm a student of life. And that's very critical to think. I think that in order to have a strong inner voice, and I hope you guys are understanding me here, something that is solid. You may have days where it's just like, fuck it, I don't care about that. And then other days it's like, oh my God, I gotta get over this. I can't stop thinking about it. And you just think in loops and you torment yourself. The way to get out of that, guys, is to have a life philosophy, to live by a code. And I'm beginning to understand this more and more. I'm a student of life. The failures are dismal. The failures are minuscule. The failures don't matter. They matter in a sense that they're helping me become more. They're helping me learn and grow. But I don't attach myself to the outcome of the failure. So I want you guys to realize your brain can be your friend or your foe. It could be a tormentor and leave you in ruins. And many of us have these weird patterns, habitual states of thinking where we let thoughts come into our brain that are maybe perverse. We let the thoughts come into our brain and they may be filled or accompanied by a feeling of shame. Maybe sometimes we feel anger, and it's not necessarily always bad. Maybe sometimes it's the depression. Just let's say thoughts that we don't want to have, and they seem to break through us, and we're a victim to them. We're held up against our will. Right? You ever feel like that? You're a hostage. And so this is getting back to your core. This is putting on the suit of armor, sharpening your blade. And I mean this, guys. Listen to me. When you feel that way, it's like you've become practice in bringing these thoughts to keep you into the same spot that you are now, to make yourself feel shame. It's often times you'll feel like, I'm not good enough. I'm a weirdo. I'm sick. I'm fucked up. I'm messed up, dude. Is this just me? Am I the only one that thinks like this? Is there something wrong with me? Yeah, I felt like that plenty of times. I can tell you plenty of times. I've had, you gotta be strong. You gotta have a strong inner voice that's able to slash those out. Get away from me. Satan, you can say whatever you want. Get away from me. You have no power over me. You have no power over me. And that's by living a life philosophy. I'm a student of life. I want adventure. I want experience. I want to find my treasure. I don't want to conform. I want to break the rules that are of the norm. I want to set out and create my own. I want to ask myself what matters. What matters? And I want to do those things. I want to live life on my terms. And so I think that there are ways that you can begin to cultivate this inner voice so it's solid on a more frequent basis than just one day randomly feeling it, the next waking up to complete just craziness. And that is I found, like Jordan Peterson says, when you stand up tall, shoulders back, you're playing the part of someone who is at the top. When I say the top, this is the ability to be an individual who is capable of taking on the harshness of life. This is being someone who can handle some tough shit. You're not soft. And so a lot of us get really soft. So it's almost hardening up. You got to become anti-fragile. This is a really weird thing. But as I started lifting heavier weights, the top three, the squat, the deadlift, and the bench press, I've noticed that I feel more aggressive. I feel, maybe it's the testosterone, maybe it's like a tangible feeling. It's inside of me. It's there, man. It's like this storm brewing inside of me. I'm just able, the bullshit that comes my way, dude, in my mind, if it's from outside or if it's just this internal, my internal dialect, it's like my dialogue, I'm just like, whoa, easy, bud. Get back on the narrow road. Get back on being cool, being you, being a man, being like free. None of that bullshit. None of that stuff, you gotta be this. None of that overthinking, you gotta be that. Get back. That's from lifting. I don't think everyone here lifts, and that's completely fine. You do what you want. But I think physical exercise can guarantee you a shift in your mindset. I was walking 10 to 15,000 steps at the beginning of last month, and I was a different man 15,000 steps later. I wasn't in the same thought patterns that I was when I set out on that walk. When I sit down to read a book and I make a conscious effort to hang up my phone, put it on silent, and read a book for 30 minutes, take notes, there is a certain shift that occurs during that first page until the last one that I turn. You are now training your brain to become in control of itself. You're not a victim to social media, to someone's comments, to the world. And there's stuff to worry about. And sometimes you will have to go through the uncertainty, but you have to realize is that you're capable of handling it. The anger, the frustration. A lot of times we're so subject to the communities that we're in and our parents and the religion. Just think about it, a Muslim boy or a girl that is raised Christian, Catholic. How much influence, how much of your life are you living because of your parents, because of the community? How afraid to step out of the social norms are you? And you never really take any experience away. You never step out of that comfort zone. So we live our lives all the time based on this. And we never really get to develop that true sense, that self-esteem, that core strength, that inner voice that is going to keep us solid and grounded. It's going to keep us going even on the hard days. It's going to make us bulletproof, man. It's going to make us bulletproof. So a life philosophy. I'm a student of life. I'm here for the experience. I'm here to learn. I'm here to fulfill my potential. Okay? That's it, guys. And I'll see you soon. Peace.